Hey everybody! Welcome to the Marvel Card Club. Shall we start that again?
Sure.
Hello everybody. My name is Ian. Welcome to the Marvel Card Collectors podcast. This week we have Jason.
Hello.
We have Josh just sliding in as the opening credits are rolling.
What it is.
How you doing? You all right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Good.
Doing well.
And no idea if Wesley's joining us. Hopefully Wesley's joining us. Don't know about Keith. Last I saw, he was in Jamaica.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So yeah. This reminds me of a really bad joke about. No, I'm not going to tell it. I'm not going to tell it because I can't remember it. So I won't do it justice.
That's a first.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, hang on a minute. He's. Oh,
there he is.
He's fashionably late as always. How you doing? You all right?
Good. Yeah, there was one of the fans in the room was still on, and I was afraid it was going to cause some havoc with the sound, so I had to run across the room and. There I am.
Spider Cave knows where it's at. What's up, Wesley? Late. Never mind.
He's solid though. He's here. He's ready to go with the swoosh. Got to get
he's
the
what?
swoosh
Sorry,
on point.
he's what? What did you just say he was?
Solid as a rock. That means
okay.
Somebody.
All right.
You can count it. No matter what, you can count it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about somebody else. Then I thought, I'm glad to be here, but that's taking it too far. I love how we've moved from pure humour. Such is our way. This week we are going to be talking about Mr. Greg Hildebrandt, and we're probably going to be talking about Mr. Tim Hildebrandt as well. Both of them rest in power, and they are still. You know, I'm not going to say they were. They are. And this will always be true. Huge influences. So many people in the hobby, collectors, artists. In fact, I meant to pull it up. I'll probably Google it when we start, actually, once we get going. But Dan Dos Santos did a blog piece on the Muddy Colours site a few years ago about Tim and Greg Hildebrandt's 1994 Marvel Masterpieces set, and it's well worth a read. So when I find it, I will pop a note in the. I don't know where I'll put it. I'll put it somewhere so that you can have a look at it. It's well worth tracking down. I'm sure if you Google it, excuse me, you'll find it. So I thought today we could have a chat about our favourite works by Tim and Greg, or Greg, if you just got a piece by him. Because Tim passed away some years back now, and yeah, just kind of what your favourite pieces are. There's been quite a lot of really good tributes posted on the MMC and MCCW groups. I'm sure on other social as well, but those are the ones that I'm obviously focused on and seen, and we'll read some of those out too. So I guess Wesley, you're fairly new to the cards hobby, I'm going to say, in that I don't think you were necessarily around opening the packs in '94, like possibly some of these other guys.
Yeah, I was not. I went through this past week and I ran across a couple. Well, I ran across one real nice Vision card that I found. I must have picked it up at a shop or something, but let's see if I can get the
or is it going to get Wesley Cam?
if I can
we're going to have Wesley Cam. while you get that up, so to speak. Josh, am I right in thinking that given your love of Marvel Masterpieces, you would have been opening these packs back in the day?
Yeah. Absolutely. It was part of like the beginning for me was the very first, if I'm not mistaken, for the original Jusco set, we didn't have a whole lot of holofoil or, things from the beginning. It was a 94, the original holofoil set that I first saw at a card shop that drew me to Marvel cards in the first place. I think when those first ones came out, it was a different card. They were already brighter and stronger, and it was something different, drew my attention. But it was this little, excuse me. And so I picked up my first one. I think it was like the Venom, or maybe even the War Machine. And these things are amazing. Like this is the way I want to see my hero, my card. So I started grabbing the packs, as many as I could for 94. And I just have the, base holofoil. I've got like what were they? The blasters, or the power blast.
Yeah.
Too. Those were cool. Different style card, very few landscape, cards at that point. And so, I what I still have, because of the hurricane, the storms here, getting everything back at home base, finally, I was able to dig up some of the power blasts, and so we'll start with.
Hang on a minute. Let me figure out how to do this thing. What do I do? There we go. One of these days, I'll actually remember how to do it. Let's move that over there.
But the foiling on these were just so good.
Yes, I have that one. I pulled it from a pack in 94, and I wanted to share it, but I couldn't find it. So I'm glad you've got that one.
Yeah, and it was, I all the time we talk about, like,
I've got it all here to show in a minute, by the way. A whole lot.
I knew you did. But some of these, like, perfect example, Archangel, Magneto, stuff like that. These cards, even if it wasn't your character, it was a different card from what you'd seen before.
The backs have a nice image of
really good.
Wow. Yeah, they look amazing. The thing is with Power Blast, people often associate the Power Blast with the Flare sets, 94 and 95. But the thing is, Flare were started off by Power Blast. A lot of people overlook the fact that Power Blast were in Masterpieces 94. And they're incredible, but they're very much associated and aligned with Flare for most people, simply because Upper Deck brought them back, but they're only in the Flare 2019 and 24 sets. Oh, good grief, that Wolverine is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of these were.
Yeah, and they're worth tracking down. It's actually quite a small set, if I remember. How many? I want to say there's 8 or 9 of them, but I might be wrong. We'll have a look in a minute.
Yep.
We love a bit of dead air.
I've got 8 in my. I have 9 in my hands now. So
okay.
That theoretically could be.
Yeah,
should
I have
be
a feeling that's the case. Now the holofoil, there were 10 of those. Now the thing is with the holofoil, there we go. You got the silvers. So those are the ones in the regular packs. But there are 2 different. But this is this set was the first Masterpieces set to have any kind of parallels. So as well as having the base set, you had a gold signature set. So that's where those came in. That's the Masterpieces set where those came in. And again, that's not a specific Masterpieces thing. That was a Fleer thing, because they did that also for Fleer Ultra Spider-Man 1995. They did it for the Kuba X-Men Chromium set in 96. They did it for quite a few of them around that period, if I remember correctly. I don't think Fleer Ultra X-Men had a gold signature parallel, but that was the first Masterpieces set that did. So you had the base 1 to 140, I think it was. Then you had the gold signature. Josh, you're still large and in charge there, so let me just move you over. I completely forgot to push the button. So we're watching the Josh show. Then you had the holofoils, but the holofoils had 3 versions. So you had the silver, you had the gold, and you had the bronze. And the bronze are the tough one. Oh, what's that? Is that a gold?
I think it's a bronze.
Hang on. No, it looks like a... let's get it up on screen. and then twinkle it a bit. Yeah, that's gold. That's gold. The reason I know, and this is so difficult for people to tell, unless you've had them in hand, you've got a slight reddish thing going on.
Yep.
When you move them in the light, and on the gold you don't have that at all. But on the bronze, you can really see it. It's kind of like a burnished.
I think the camera's making it look a little golder in hand. It's looking at it just like this. I think it's bronze, but
okay, all right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's a banging card anyway. That's the Hulk.
Yeah,
holding up there, and they're gorgeous. I moved them. Actually, no, Pete. Interesting. Yeah, just the chrome set. That was it. Yeah, just the chrome set had the gold signature with the Kuberts, and that was the Fleer X-Men. Weirdly, it's listed as 95, but then they reissue. I think there's 4 different versions of the Kubert Fleer X-Men set, and there's a retail version, there's a chromium version, there's all sorts. Anyway, there's loads of them. Yeah, the holofoils
and one that I have. It's
and some of them. Oh, hang on, there he is.
For what it's worth, that gold signature parallel probably worked back in 1994. It made sense for people to get an exposure to the artist that they didn't have such at the time, and it was nice looking.
It's got a nice little square in the top left corner, gold full signature series.
Yeah.
So you got vision. Yeah, it's nice.
Keep them out of masterpieces.
Yeah, that's the one that. Unfortunately, that's the only one that I found in my set. So I'm here to learn a lot this week.
No, you will. You absolutely will. But the holofoils, the Walmart. I think some of them were available in Walmart. You could only get them in Walmart. I think if I remember correctly, I think they had jumbo packs or like double rack packs.
Probably
you could get in retail. And I've only seen pictures of these because, of course, we didn't get them in the same way you guys did over there. They did make their way over here. There was some after Marvel UK folded, they started doing some kind of UK. I don't think it was Panini. I think it was someone else. Panini came a little bit later, but they started doing some reprints of American comics. So they were comic size, but you had 2 or 3 issues worth of whatever it was, be it X-Men or be it whatever. And they had packs of Marvel Masterpieces 94 that would be taped to the cover of those. So you bought any particular one of the titles that month, you'd get a pack. So they were available to kind of kids in the high street, as it were, over here. But apart from comic shops over here, you just didn't get them in the same way you do in the States.
So I think all of the Masterpiece packs I bought in '94, and that's a stack of my original cards, were from Books A Million. Which they don't sell. I don't think they sell cards anymore. But Books A Million had Marvel cards back in the day, and that's where I pulled that Hulk holofoil
from. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah,
that's cool. You pulled that. Hold that forever.
It is documented on Jeff Allender's House of Checklists as to which came in which area. But did I go and look at it before I started this broadcast? I didn't, and I don't remember all this stuff. So go and have a look there, and it'll tell you the differences of
we had
Billy
the
has entered the chat.
We had the packs, the promotional packs inserted in comics in the outside wrapper of comics. They were available at card shops.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, Cod Shop in Boston had a small outlet for it, and then back in the day the drugstores, the whatever it was, Eckerd's and CVS, Walgreens. I know no CVS back then, but those places had a small section you could go by and pick up. They had the packs and.
I'm gonna get Ian's card cam joining the chat now because there were quite a lot of promotional things that came out back in the day.
The large cards.
I see something that I did not know existed. Oh, that's a Marvel Age. Okay.
Marvel Age. This is the last issue of Marvel Age. So for those unfamiliar with Marvel Age, it was like a monthly comic about the comics that were coming out. So they would kind of do previews of new series, and there's an issue of this. I think it's issue 109. I want to say maybe 110. That's actually the pages through it are reprinted in the Joe Driscoll FPG book, which was the kind of official. This was an official Marvel title, so this went into stores along with this was on the racks, and the Marvel Age one for the Driscoll set was polybagged and it had the Hulk promo in. So for that 92 set, if you want to get a Hulk promo, go and get a copy of Marvel Age that's polybagged, because it will have the card in there, and you'll have a really good article about the Driscoll set, that was done back in the day. Anyway,
Interesting.
So I love this. This was the last issue of Marvel Age, issue 140, and it's just amazing. Someone said, "Sent me a pic" in the chat. What have you sent me a pic of? Who knows? I can't look at that and do this. I can't look at that and do this at the same time. Let me have a look at what I've been sent. Let me have a look. Oh! Hang on a minute. Yes, okay. I'm gonna share my screen and share this because Justin Treese, the Mr. Sinister collector, has just sent me this picture of the holofoils with a gold and a bronze next to each other. I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Nice. And even having them in hand side by side, it's just that orange tint slightly.
Yeah,
it's so tough.
So can you see that?
Close.
Yeah, many arguments on eBay have ensued over. Trust me.
So this one on the right, that's the bronze.
Yeah, from that camera angle, good luck.
Yeah. That's the gold. You can just see the reddishness on this one.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, there we go. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate that. Let's go back here. What's going on with the display? It's all gone a bit peak-tall. It's choosing what it wants to do. So the great thing, you got a picture of Greg and Tim, looking very smiley on that. And inside, I should have put a bookmark here. You've got this wonderful article about the making of it, and of course, you have the picture of them with their Star Wars piece. So, for those who aren't aware, one of the original in fact, I think the first version Star Wars poster,
A New Hope.
back in 1977. That for various reasons, studio weren't too happy with it. So Greg and Tim were brought in and overnight painted what's now regarded as the primary kind of poster. It was certainly the one used in the UK and Europe. And that's, Greg talks about this on episode 75 of this podcast. So you can go and listen to it. But that's them with their Star Wars poster. I mean, sorry, it's not very big on screen, but hopefully you can get a gist. I mean, you've seen this poster.
Oh yeah.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
Yep. It is iconic.
So, so that's the thing. A lot of people were exposed to the Hildebrandt Brothers' work long before Marvel Masterpieces came along, and they just didn't know it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I had to go back and look at the original to see what had to be changed.
Yeah,
and
I have a feeling it was just a bit. I don't want to misremember the story. Go and have a listen to it. But I have a feeling that they just weren't happy with it. It either wasn't dynamic enough or something like that. Anyway,
it looked like a video game cover.
Yeah. And you got Psylocke there, and this is brilliant. So seriously, guys, this is really worth tracking this down. I mean, I'm not going to read out the article here, but it does give it's a nice little article. Gives a little bit about their background. I mean, they were twins. Born in 1939 in Detroit. So, I mean,
I did not know that they were twins. I
twin
read
brothers.
a little bit and saw that they were called the brothers Hildebrandt. Is that right? Like for
Yeah,
a little while. And,
yeah,
I
the
did not know
brothers
they were
Hildebrandt.
twins.
In fact, it says it right there above that picture of Tim. But I love this because we're quite used to seeing footage these days. You know, Dan DeSantis, Dave Palumbo, Simone Bianchi, Joe Gisco. You know, we live in an age where those artists put their progress work out there to their followers and fans and collectors. But back in mid-90s, it was this. This is how you saw it.
Yeah.
You know, just still photos in here. So this stuff is gold. It really is worth tracking this down. It'll cost you a few bucks on eBay. But you know, for me, this is part of my '94 collection. Tim's got a skull on his head there. The one thing I love about both of them, but you know, notably Greg, is such a brilliant sense of humor. Some of the stuff that Greg was putting on his Instagram and Facebook over the last few years, just dressing up in stuff and doing crazy Halloween stuff.
That cap
brilliant.
with the Statue of Liberty has been
That's great. Yeah.
They say as an artist, you know, the greatest form of flattery is you know, when people are copying your work or doing renderings of your work and stuff. And that card has been done by so many different artists over time. And it's just a bunch of the cards from this set have been copied.
And I think that's it. That's the end of the article. But it's such a good. That's the thing I love about Marvel Age is it was kind of a flip book. So if you turn it over, you've got something else going on. So they're promoting their new animated thing as well, Marvel Action Hour.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to talk about that, well, it doesn't actually follow that it's like that, but you can turn the book round both ways on the newsstand, and you get double exposure for it. But I mean, that Spider-Man 2099 is gorgeous.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And so many people have talked about the lighting in their paintings as well, and you know how vibrant that is. We've got loads of people turning up now. TJ,
this was the golden age of colors. This was the pop when they really started making the colors jump, and it became a different product from every other sports card or anything else. Even, you know, when other non-sports showed up, they weren't like this.
Right, mind blown here. Kang in the chat. So are you talking about this Spider-Man 2099? Apparently, this is the preliminary that we're looking at here. That wasn't the final product. My mind is blown. There we go. Hang on, he's clarified here. Maybe preliminary is the wrong word. They chose not to use that Spidey on the cover. That's interesting. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I've got the card here, and he's posed a little bit different in the card.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. Let me pull you over there. You're right. Yes. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. His face is looking slightly over to the right as you view it as well.
Yeah.
Goodness. Wow. Okay. Mind blown. You learn something. That's the thing with this hobby. You literally do learn something new every day about sets that are over 30 years old. Wow. Okay. There you go. So yeah, go grab a copy of this. Now I've got something else to show you as well that you might not have seen. Back in the day, there was a magazine called Cards Illustrated. Anyone ever seen one of these?
I feel like I have.
It's worth tracking them down. They are very affordable. I think it ran for about 30 issues. And a lot of them did come polybagged with promos and stuff in as well. But it's really nice. I mean, obviously you've heard of Sports Illustrated. Same vibe, but without the I was going to say without the voluptuous women.
Did you win an original Hildebrandt sketch like the?
No, but I did. I tell you what I did do is when we interviewed Greg, I went a few issues ahead and read out where they'd announced who the winners were. And so then, you know, they've announced who they were. And obviously, this is 30 years ago. So
right.
Whether those people still own them. Now, I'm being told here, Jason, in the chat, to read the back of the Spidey
Yes.
2099 card, because they
I've got-
speak to it.
I've got it right here.
Right. Okay. Well, let's just go on here and hold this up. Now, what does it say on the back of the card?
All right. When we finished painting Spider-Man 2099, we realized we had made him too doughy, so we tightened him up.
Okay.
I was going to say he does look. Yeah, hang on a minute. I wish I could get you side by side. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I think the card version is more.
Card
Yeah.
version is
Action.
definitely, yeah.
He's a little more toned.
He is a little bit more toned. That one looks more like me on holiday, whereas the other one looks more like
Turkey.
Jason. Really, really ripped and fit.
Negative.
So,
Turkey
so there we
dinner.
go. Oh, thank you, Kang. That's really cool.
That's
I
awesome.
love
Thank
that
you.
sort of
That's-
intel.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
And that's the thing. If you actually read the back of the cards, you will learn a lot, believe it or not. So we've got
absolutely.
Psylocke on the cover, Flair Marvel Masterpieces, Greg and Tim Hildebrandt on the making of the series. You've got Bernie Wrights and stuff here, Jack Kirby. I mean, it's really worth checking this out. And that's not ripped, by the way. That's designed as that character pushing his way through from inside. Because when I first saw this issue, I thought, oh, that's got a rip in it. But it's not.
No, I
Clever.
somehow I
Well,
knew it wasn't ripped.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
there's no way you'd store a
Well,
copy that wasn't.
well,
pristine.
plus that it says Madman tears through the cards at the top there.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
And win a box of Marvel Masterpieces cards. Well, there we go.
Ooh.
So let's go in here. So
Imagine if
I've
we
got-
had promos like that nowadays.
Oh, I know. So I did two things. I put some of these Just Go FPG cards in here as bookmarks, just so I could find my place. So you got a full page ad, which I think is stunning.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
October 1994. Let me just pull it back a bit. You see that? Okay. Yeah. Great. I mean, that's lovely. It's just, I just love. It's nice seeing the art in that larger format. You can just see just a little bit more of the detail of the brushwork and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's beautiful. And then you move a few pages on. By the way, for those wanting to go to eBay and track this issue down, it is issue 11 from November 1994. And here we go. You've got a really nice article about it. And look, if you look there, Thing is holding the two brothers
Oh, that's cool.
in his hands. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I think that's
Nice.
really, really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it actually gives their birthday here, January 23rd, 1939. So yeah, there's a really good interview with them both. So really, do go and have a look at it. There's some good stuff in here. Master series we'd like to see. That's quite a fun little article. And when you go over, there's quite a few. Look, yeah, there's the competition to win the What are you going to win there? So I'm just reading it. Not sure what this is going to be. The most frequently asked question. How do I don't know. I'm not sure whether this was the one to win the sketch or something else, but there was a couple of things going on here. Anyway,
We should send in an entry, see if they still got any laying around.
Yeah, really.
I don't know. I think it'll come back undelivered. This side talks about all the different promos that were out there, because back in the day, they did promos in all sorts of magazines. There are free 10-card, 6 4-card promo sheets. It says 10-card promos. I think that means 9, but anyway. Oh, I see. Right, yeah, it contains 8 cards, Masterpieces logo in the middle, and on the back there's a different thing. There's different promos. I'm going to show you them in a minute. But there's an interview with Hildebrandt's agent, Jean Scrocco, who was Greg's wife as well. So yeah, it's like I said, go and check it out. I just thought I'd share it for the pictures. There's all sorts of stuff in here. You might learn something about different cards from the 90s as well.
I love magazines like that. I mean, I didn't know about that one, but the Marvel Age was cool, and then Wizard magazine. We had so much cool resources back then.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go and let me just come off that for a minute. before I go and look at some more of the cards, unless you guys have got more of the cards there, I am going to talk about some of the great tributes that were left in the groups, and just kind of read a couple of them out, because I thought it would be good to just relay some of them, because otherwise they're just stuck in a group and no one can find them. Hector Pedraza posted 1994 Marvel Masterpieces Carnage is a staple of my childhood. Thank you for sharing your art with us. Greg Hildebrandt, RIP. I'm going to get emotional. I can feel it already, because some of these are beautiful, really, really beautifully written. Amir Harris, one is Marvel Masterpiece, one isn't. Oh, sorry, he's got a picture there. But both artwork are amazing. RIP Hildebrandt Brothers, thank you for making MM94 part of my teenage life. So, a lot of similar kind of sentiment coming through.
Yes.
Kang, you posted one on the group as well. If with your blessing, sir, I'm going to share that visually, because what you show in that is just wonderful, and it's a beautiful tribute as well. So let me just find that, and I will share it on the screen. There we go. Right. Bear with while I figure out how to do this. Share screen. Doopy doopy doo. Talk amongst yourselves. I can't see the option to share the screen. I'm going to push that button and see what happens. Right.
Now,
can you see that screen? Yes, you can. Right. Might be a bit titchy, so I'll read it out in a moment. But I just want to scroll down and just look at these uncut sheets.
Oh, wow.
That's beautiful.
So we were talking about those holofoils. I mean, these are amazing. Let's just get that up on the screen. Let me zoom in a little bit. In fact, I'll just do that.
What a cool thing to have.
Yeah, isn't it just amazing? Look at that.
And most of these were for a lot of us. They were the first holofoils we've seen. The first time we've seen a parallel or an insert. It was kind of the beginning of a lot of that.
And look, and it's signed by Greg and Tim as well at the bottom.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
what
amazing.
A piece to own. Let's go and read what Kang says about this piece. When I grew up in the 90s, I was a poor immigrant still learning English. I think that was an underlying factor to why I was so fascinated with Marvel trading cards. I couldn't even read comics if I could afford them. The art on the card was all that was necessary to enjoy it. I'd spend some Lunar New Year money to buy a pack or two, and then my circle of rugrats would play Vietnamese poker and use those cards as currency. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow. One of my best memories of that part of my childhood is winning the Iron Man Silver Holofoil in one such round of juvenile misdeeds. When you are small, your worldview is small, and I couldn't see past what I could physically see between my friends. And that Iron Man Silver Holofoil was one of the best cards I've ever seen. I'd admire it multiple times a day, every single day for years. It only left my possession when my binder was eventually stolen in middle school. Oh, no. Oh, wow.
Man.
That binder would hold many other Hildebrandt pieces, but that Iron Man will always hold a special place in my heart for being the very first piece I was conscious of. It wasn't until my adulthood did I fully grasp the breadth of Tim and Greg's contributions to Marvel cards and fantasy art as a whole. We lost an international and generational treasure yesterday. May he rest in peace, finally painting with Tim again. Thank you for making all of our childhood so vibrant and colourful with your brushstrokes. Oh, I'm welling up.
Yeah.
This is brilliant.
Well
This is so
Very
beautiful.
well put.
I only acquired these two uncut sheets this year, but unlike the binder, they will never leave my possession. Well, amen to that, sir. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you
Very
so
well
much
put.
for sharing that. Wow.
Yeah.
I know you shared it in the group. Probably didn't intend for it to be broadcast to the world, but I think that's a story that
Yeah. Thank you.
deserves to be out there. Wow. Okay. Shall we look at the set?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shall we do it? Let's do it. Let me get Ian's card cam back up. Now, apologies for those on audio. Please hit yourself up to the YouTube version if you'd like. Sorry, Kang just posted thank you. No, thank you. Seriously, that was just wonderful. Right, hang on a second.
Part of what does it for me is that them both being brothers that could have found but they loved it together and worked
yes.
on it together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to see that signature, you know, the way they do it, it just, man, you got to go back and imagine them working on these things together, shoulder to shoulder, and some of the collaborations. That does a lot.
Right, I'm going to try and turn it just to see if that will come on, behave. There we go.
There it goes.
That might be slightly better. Right, now this beast, there's a reason I did it widescreen. You'll see why in a minute. The company I got these from have just stopped making them, or rather the company that they got them from has gone bankrupt. So whether they'll be able to get any more of these is annoying, but these are beautiful. They're for coins. Let me just bring this up a bit. They're coin binders, so they come with a kind of leather effect thing going on, and they're in the slipcase, so they're perfect. I absolutely love them. I absolutely love them, but you wouldn't be able to get them in the US anyway, so tough. So let's just look at how lovely they are. Look at this. Yeah, this just. Sorry, Tim and Greg, take a back seat for a moment. Let's just look at how gorgeous that slipcase is. Oh, it's lovely. Anyway, right now back to the cards. So I'm going to move the binder out of the way because I'm very lucky. These are beautiful pieces. Have any of you got any promo sell sheet sets from the 90s?
Mm-mm.
They're stunning. So this folder, you would get. There were Fleer Ultra promo sets in there. There were Marvel Masterpieces. There were Flair ones. So I've got a couple of these folders with different stuff inside. But this one is the only full promotional set I have, and it's from Marvel Masterpieces '94. So you've got, first of all, you've got this beautiful uncut sheet, which
that is awesome.
Again, I'm just going to have to move the camera up there, just so you can get the sense of it. And this is one of many uncut sheets, but gang, the 90s dealer folder kits are indeed amazing. I mean, they're stunning. So imagine getting this in previews or because they did different versions. You know, they did them at conventions. I mean, look at that Odin.
Green Goblin, his grin. That's just
the Green Goblin is just phenomenal. I mean, that is iconic. Thing is, that middle panel wasn't a card in and of itself. It's lovely,
right? No, it's perfect for the promo.
Yeah, you got a Hulk down there, got a thing.
It's going to be your very, very rare Hulk armed.
Yeah, I was going to say, has he got a machine gun?
Oh, he's got a it's an Uzi.
He has indeed. He's kicking it 80s style there. You know, it's like that movie Commando.
Why couldn't we have gotten a Hulk like that in the Avengers movies?
I mean,
I'm just going to turn this slightly because it'll be slightly easier to look at this. Look at the back of it; it's just beautiful.
Yeah,
that is beautiful.
And these kind of these sheets, you know, obviously there's one in this promo pack, but you can pick up the different sheets. They're really affordable. They're out there. It really is worth tracking them down. They're a beautiful addition to a collection. Right, let me just put that phone back down up there. Sorry about the constant spinning. So let's open this up. So in here, so you've got this folder, and it's got these sections here where the card slots in, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then you open it up. And then here, we have all of the dealer promo stuff, which I have described this before on a previous episode, but that was before this. So you've got
Venom is so
wonderful, wonderful. Sorry, I'm going to have to turn it around again because it's just not happening. There we go. That's better. You've got this wonderful sheet here, and you got that green. I mean, look at a Green Goblin up close.
Yeah, the pumpkin bomb. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's.
You can see the work. You can see the brush strokes.
Yeah,
it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And this is the thing for me. You know, I know MMXL got a lot of shit, quite frankly, but I'm sure many of us would have loved for UD to have actually done a bit of a retrospective romp, because I for one would give my right bollock for some of these 94 masterpieces in the XL format, or some of those 96 Julian Boris. So I don't know. Maybe I'm alone in that, but I think
No.
it would be lovely to see them in a larger format.
I think you just catch so much more, and you just get to appreciate that.
And anyway, it's a stunning. I mean, this is a tough one to get. You do see them on eBay. They're not cheap, but again, you've got a little bit of an interview in here, and this is just a dealer promo kit. But you've got some of their Fleer Ultra X-Men cards in here as well. It's stunning.
Their stuff on this set was like, at the time, when you consider what most of the comic art and cards looked like at the time, their stuff was on the hyper realistic end.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It was a big time difference from the logo style, from what we had from comic covers from that same, and just beforehand. So when you saw masterpieces going 92, 94, it just got sharper. And then 96 was amazing. Yeah. And so the idea and the foundation was laid for, searching out some of the most amazing artists at the time who were putting out some of the best stuff. And it kind of laid down the groundwork for what masterpieces was going to continue to be in the modern sets.
So you got there we go. There's 10 holofoils, 9 power blasts. That's right. And available in October in stores everywhere. Don't be caught short. That's basically telling the dealers to make sure they order loads. And then on this wonderful Fleer branded paper, in the same typeface as the cards, you've got the full checklist. Then you've got the product breakdown, all the SKU numbers.
This is cool.
20 box case. 20 boxes.
Wow.
And let's just look at the cost here. Okay. $805 per case. $40 per box. And so when you break it down like that, it's $40 per box, and it's $1.12 per pack. So basically, they're giving you the sums you need as a dealer to figure out how much you're going to sell them for and make a few quid, or make a few bucks. It's got all the dimensions, pallet pattern.
Wow.
2% deposit, and you got all the stuff they need. I love this stuff.
That's pretty cool.
That is really
It's all
cool.
the OG stuff, and then you've got a product feature summary, so you can kind of sell it into people. You got the prices again at the top. Look, $179 suggested retail, so they're going to make. Oh, you can do the sums. They're going to make just under 80 cents a pack. 140 cards, including 139 cards and one checklist. Gold 4 stamping on the fronts, UV coated on both sides, printed on superior cardstock. 3 insert sets, entire set painted by Greg and Tim Hildebrandt. It's wonderful. And then you've got all the Fleer branding at the bottom of it as well. Look, that's the barcode for the product there. And then nice little survey sheet. Look. For the past 3 years, Marvel Masterpieces has been the most successful brand in the comic card business. It's obviously from 1994, so add another 3 onto the beginning of that. But it's a lovely promo set for those who've never kind of seen these promo sets. If you happen to have a few quid in your PayPal and you see one come up on eBay, it's worth getting because they're a real time capsule of how the hobby used to market itself back in the day.
Yeah, this stuff is really nicely done. This little promo pack you've kept a hold of. This is cool.
Yeah,
to be able to look through, and it is a time capsule.
Yeah, that folder is like so 80s.
Right. Yeah.
The
color palette.
The thing is, the card, awesome. The 9-card thing is designed so that when you close it, it shows through the window.
Yeah,
it's just lovely. It really is. Anyway, let's put that down there.
It's a mark in time when all these things really started ramping up, when they started doing a lot.
So what I've got at the beginning of the binder here, I didn't intend to go through the whole thing, but I think it's worth us looking at some of the artwork here. We'll go into the individual cards in a bit in a moment, but you had all these different versions of the promos, and there's a whole list of them on the Jeff Allender's site. And whether they come perforated or not perforated will depend on where they were issued. So you'll notice that there's 2 different ones here. And hang on, Are any of the characters different? No, but I think one of them is perforated. No, this is right. Okay, so this one. So you see these two, they're the same, except that one's got the regular back. This one.
Oh, cool.
Exclusive.
I bet Josh probably likes that.
Yeah.
The national.
Venom right there.
Yeah. See, like, so big things. Spider is perfect. The eyes are perfect. The green slime on the tongue. It's the iconic. It's the perfect Venom. It hits
The
all the
Venom
points.
limited edition Marvel Master Print, a National Sports Convention exclusive, August the 2nd to the 7th, 1994. So this was released 3 months before the set came out at the biggest sports card convention in America.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be like a 30-year anniversary of this year that you're.
If you notice, when I was talking about some of these have been redone by other artists and how much of an honor that must be, the 2020 Palumo holofoil Venom, the box art. Take this image, change your skyscrapers moderately. It's the same card. Yeah.
Oh, they're just lovely. There are master prints for this set. Actually, I don't believe I own them. I think it's one of the only aspects of it I don't own. But yeah, again, you've got the same kind of preview, but this one's perforated down the side. So again, with the Captain America back there. But then you've got all the 4-card ones, and there are different ones.
When you say master prints for these, Ian, for these,
yeah, for Marvel Masterpieces 94, there are master prints, which are kind of comic book size.
Oh,
oversized. You didn't know that, did you? No, I don't have them either.
What's a master print?
A lot of the mid-90s sets had the comic book sized cards, basically, that were larger versions of some of the cards. So Flair had them. Flair Ultra X-Men, I believe, had them. Masterpieces 94 had them. I don't think 95 had them. And they're stunning. The Bagley set, Spider-Man 94 had them. And those were like the ones that were kind of like the panel, the made-up composite panel of the cards. I think I've got a spare set of those, Wesley, so I can always hook you up. But yeah, these four card promos have different characters on. So you've got Magneto, Cap, Gambit, and Deadpool. I love that Deadpool.
Absolutely.
That's really such a cool Deadpool. But just look at the light on the cards. Look at the light source and the vibrancy of it. Yep.
The energy with Magneto, the skylights in the back of the Cap card, the fire and Gambit.
It's just lovely. And then on this side, of course, you've got Wolverine. I mean, that is an iconic Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite War Machine?
Absolutely.
And then on the back, these are just smaller versions. So it's the same back as the 9 card. And then, always got some wrappers.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I love the wrappers. And then, again, a different configuration. So that's what I mean. There are quite a few different promos. So if you are going for a complete set, you can, they're out there. You just got to know where to look.
There's some packs out there, aren't there? Still unopened packs?
Yeah, you can get unopened. I'm not sure how they would open these days.
Good question.
In fact, one of these is sealed. It's sealed.
Oh, what? Wow.
No, it's not. It's open, but it's got the cards in it. Well, you know what? Let's have a look at it in a minute.
Yeah.
Let's pretend it's sealed. Now, Kang, I love that you're Mr. MM94 with this because you know the stuff. All right, let's go back a step. Kang has very handily pointed out that's the holofoil.
It is.
But this is without the holofoil effect.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
That's really cool. And in fact, I think that's true of the Venom, isn't it? Isn't that true of the Venom?
No, there it is. Yep.
Yeah, no, that's the base for the Venom.
That is the base, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll stop
Yeah,
talking
Yeah, the venom is the side pose. All of the holofoils were done in like a pose form.
then. Right, I'm with you.
Your base cards are
Ooh.
almost all action.
Gotcha. Oh, you love it. I love it. You see. Nick says I did a box break of 94 not too long ago, and the cards were pristine. Well, that's good to know.
Absolutely, that's great
right.
news.
And we got some more here. These are right. These are ones that came in the middle of These are the ones that came in the middle of magazines. You can see it had the staple, which is why they don't quite fit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So you can see where the staple went through there.
I remember these.
And when you turn it over, that's right. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So they are properly like the back of the cards. That's really nice. And then I've got another one here. And I can't remember which books these appeared in, but yeah, these would have been in comics.
Oh yeah.
And those
Lovely.
are the plastic sleeves that you're using for the 2-card.
Yes, these Ultra Pro 2-pocket pages. Although I do need to, I always like to recycle and refresh my pages that my collection lives in every few years. Simply because they start to, I think the tech is getting better on them now, but these are starting to cloud a little bit. So I want them to stay nice condition. And there was a poster as well. There was a poster that went to comic stores and dealers. And you can see, look, you can see the back here from where I've paid for something. My eBay. There we go. Let's open this. Wow. Okay. On sale here. Can you? Sorry.
Wow.
I can't get that.
Cool.
Let me get that properly. And there we go.
It's like brand new.
Yeah.
Well, apart from all the creases, but yeah. But again, these aren't in short supply. A lot of these were sent out. Nothing on the back. It's just blank. Oh, right. Let's put that back down. I'm having trouble holding on to it.
Yeah, that almost belongs up on the wall. That's too cool.
Oh, it
man.
does. It does. I just don't have wall space to put it up. But yes, it does. But
You got a
now,
ceiling. There's a
it
ceiling.
lives in the barn. There is a ceiling. There is a ceiling. Now, I used to own all of the holofoils, which is why they're down the middle like this, because I think I had bronze, silver, gold, because I did it like the Olympic medals. So when I sold my parallel sets, because I went for a phase of anything that was parallel, the Spider-Man kids magazines, yes, there we go. I knew they'd come in something. The Spider-Man, I had a bit of a purge, and I offloaded all my parallels. So I was like, I just want the art, so I just want the main set. There are a couple of cases where I have slight regret from doing that, and this is one of them. But still, it's just look at that. I mean, I'm more than happy to just own the base silver holofoil set.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, those are.
Wesley, get thee to eBay. These need to be in your collection, sir.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, Wes, try to hit. Jeez, see if you could snag a couple unopened packs, man.
Yeah, it's really affordable. This silver
it's
set.
not. Yeah, it's not crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're cool. I just did a quick eBay search for master prints, and they're pretty affordable, and they look amazing.
Yeah, they are good. And I just want to, you know what? I mean, we will. Just look at this Spider-Man. This Spider-Man is just amazing. And the thing is with it, that both Tim and Greg, because let's pull it back to talking about Greg, because that's what this episode is. Every piece is signed, both their names.
Yeah.
So there's no way to know, unless it's in one of these articles and I haven't seen it. I don't know if it. I think they did the work together. It's like Fred in. You don't know who does what. It's joint work. But yeah, these I really need to get some of these in a frame. These would look lovely.
I think that, it's kind of nice with both their names on every card. It's they must have considered just about everything they do
Yeah.
a collective, that they wouldn't have been to that point without the other. And so that's cool.
I can't resist. I know it's an open pack, but let's just pretend.
No, it's not.
For the sake of the audience, Pete's got it. Fake rip. Oh yeah. Okay. So let me open this. We're gonna open.
Crackle,
Speech
crackle.
marks in the air. Crackle. Oh, this opens well for a pack this old. Oh, look how quickly that opened. That's good. Right. Let's see what's in here. So this actually was on the front of one of those UK comics I told you about. And let's see what you'd get in a standard pack. So, Ghost Rider 2099.
Oh man,
That's beautiful. And the thing is, you got to remember that you hadn't had sets with this kind of quality printing at this point.
no.
This gold foiling and just the quality of it. I mean, 92 was brilliant, but every year there's an increase in what they're capable of doing and stuff. They're pushing the envelope each year. These folks making these. Sets.
The foiling on the name with the bubble banner sets off the name. It was just a big improvement.
Just look at that.
Nice.
And there is a quote from Greg and Tim on the back of each card as well.
How cool
Yeah, I
is
had
that?
forgotten about that, but that's a neat little touch of they had some little insight to that particular piece.
Yeah,
That is a great idea.
yeah. So not only there's a little bit of bio about the character, but then there's a Greg and Tim quote on the back of each card.
Yeah, and you get the design of these cards on the back are just really good.
I mean, there's a lot of info there. To give an even greater sense of foreboding, we use purple to reflect onto his fingernails, jacket, and skull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you sure did. Wow. It's just amazing. Right. Speaking of.
And you wouldn't have noticed that before if you didn't. I mean, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
If you didn't read that.
Medusa.
Look at that hair. That's amazing.
That is wonderful, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, MM94, the design on the back is just wonderful. It really is. Let's see what Greg and Tim said about Medusa at the time. We wanted Medusa's hair to appear to have a life of its own, to be almost a separate character. Well, # nailed it.
Mission accomplished. Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like the Phoenix Force back there.
Let me just take that card out of the way because it looks like it's blending into the card below. That's stunning. That's just stunning. There we go. Right. M. A Generation X character. I like the kind of light from behind, the kind of exposure, if you like.
Yeah.
It's the blue fill light along with the essential monochromatic scheme that makes M so intense. So you don't really notice it until you see that blue light on her face.
Yeah. She does seem intense. Like there's something.
She does.
Like there's somebody coming after her, or she's fighting. I don't know, but it's.
Well, the thing is, she's about to punch you, the viewer.
Oh, yeah.
In the face. It's the last thing you see before going down. Oh wow, look at this one. Solo. I don't remember who half these characters are because it's so 90s.
I have that one. He's a Spider-Man character.
Yeah. Right, here we go. This is a really good example. This is signed G&T Hildebrandt. This one, which is the gold signature in the pack, is signed T&G Hildebrandt.
Interesting.
So, yeah. Interesting.
Do you think Solo has a partner?
What's that, sorry?
Do you think Solo has a partner?
Nice. He certainly got one arm bigger than the other. Anyway, let's turn over.
Oh, jeez.
And Kang is right here. You have a close-up of the character taking half the back. Artist insight, character bio. It's great. And it's not wrong.
Yeah.
The explosions in the background of this painting were inspired. Right, okay, this is brilliant. Were inspired by photos of Pearl Harbor under attack from Life magazine.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
What?
That's incredible.
Right, my friends, go and spend some
Wow.
time with your Masterpieces 94 set and read the backs. That's all I'm going to say. I think this is another X-Men 2099 one. Xian, is that how you pronounce that?
Yes.
And
I
this
mean,
is
I
one
don't
of
I don't
the,
know about the pronunciation, but he is an X-Men
Zion.
2099.
And this is the Gold 4 signature series. It actually says that with a rather nice little stamp in the top right corner.
Mhm.
And there will be a lot of people who do like the modern masterpieces who've just gone deep into MM22, for example, who might not know the provenance of where that came from. But this is it. For Xian, we went for a pumped up Lawrence of Arabia.
There you
That's
go.
cool. That's
Hashtag
cool.
knows it. Yeah, there we go.
That Lawrence of Arabia is iconic.
And then lit him with Low Sunlight. Goodness.
Yep.
I mean, it's great. I love it. I love this kind of little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Psylocke.
from 92 to 94, it seemed like there was a little bit of change in the focus on the explanation and the background of the art and the inspiration for it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the 92s were like, you know, power scale, the
Mm.
character bio. This had a little bit more.
So Psylocke, to create a vivid sense of Psylocke's character, we designed a blue color scheme to match her costume and her eyes with the moonlight, water, and city. I'd never even noticed there was a city behind her because that's not what I'm looking at when I look at this card.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant. It's just look at the background.
Oh, there it is.
Usually,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. It's great, isn't it? What we got here? Someone's leaving 2099 from this set is my favorite card. Yeah, there's some more. Oh, here he is, Nick Fury. Back in the days before he became a brother. Am I allowed to say that? I'm not sure I'm allowed to say that. Anyway,
Yeah, sure.
So
wow.
it's one thing I've noticed is some of the early Nick Fury cards say Nick Fury Jr. and that shows so. And then they played on it in Civil War, where the guy took Nick Fury's place for a little bit. In the comic books, the mantle is changed.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like a spy covert type thing of keeping you guessing who is actually at at the helm. So I'm pretty sure our Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury is Nick Fury Jr.
Okay. Well, all I'm going to say is, I mean, you wouldn't get this today. Gun pointed directly at the viewer.
No.
It's just not happening. That's been against Marvel Disney guidelines for almost a decade now.
It's killed Punisher cards.
Well, that and people wearing the emblem when they're getting up to shit.
Right.
Clint Eastwood was definitely our inspiration for Nick Fury. Also, the bullet holes in the walls were inspired by an old EC Comics cover.
Okay. Cool.
And the bullet holes in the wall. He's not kidding.
wow,
It's great.
it just feels like they took so much time on.
I don't know. She-Hulk.
That's iconic.
It's the guys in the background who are really struggling. And she's just like wafting them around like nothing. And these cards are immaculate, by the way. They're really in really good condition. We have found that bounced light tends to be of a warmer nature, so the light reflected from the sand casts a yellow light on the figures. It's just the close-up on the back of the card. It's brilliant. Yeah, great. Right, last card. No, second to last card, even. Ulik. Or Ulk. Who is this? I have genuinely no idea.
I think he's a Thor character.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It looks like he could drink like 10 pints of mead and have a rumble afterwards. Yes, he's a rock troll of Asgard, apparently. Ulik definitely reminded us of some of the Tolkien characters. Now, here's the thing, because Greg and Tim did so much Lord of the Rings work in the 70s.
Okay, that I didn't know.
They did an enormous amount. Yeah, an enormous amount. You can buy quite a lot of 90s sets where a lot of their Lord of the Rings stuff has been put out in cards. You can buy calendars. I mean, you can even now you can go onto Greg's site, Spiderweb Art, and you can buy books and calendars and prints of a lot of the Tolkien work they did.
Yeah, it took me
Yeah.
down a little rabbit hole. There's some like amazing lithographs and stuff that they there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons. They did some Dungeons and Dragons art too. From what I saw.
I tell you what, it's worth it. Anyone listening, go and check out Spiderweb Art, because you can buy some amazing pieces directly from Gene and family, because that is their business. They've got an enormous amount of really good quality stuff from Tim and Greg's career for sale. So
I can
and books and prints.
Do you want me to drop a link in the?
Yeah, by all means. Morbius.
That's a great, that's a cool Morbius, because we see most of the cards we see, he's in his suit or his outfit, and this is a little bit different take on that.
I want to bite your neck.
Let's see what they say.
Greg's daughter Mary posed for Morbius victim.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Jeez.
I love it. It's like one of those little tidbits of information. So, for example, there's a character in Marvel Masterpieces 96, Psylord, I think, and it's Dave Palumbo.
How cool is that?
When he was like, a teenager.
Wow.
I love that stuff.
Who did we have in group that did a bunch of the poses for Palumo?
Pat King.
Yes. He was looking for a bunch of cards of characters he posed as.
Yeah.
And that was way too cool.
Great guy.
Have a conversation with somebody about the artist, sketching them out in certain poses and things like that's just awesome.
Yeah. Now this is while I'm sliding these back into their pack to be pretend opened again in the future. JC in comments, if you could pick any of the 90s sets to get PMGs like they're doing with 92 soon, which would you pick first? So while you're thinking about that, for those who might not know, since we last recorded, Upper Deck have announced they're going to release Marvel Masterpieces 1992 Platinum.
Oh yeah.
So Parallels to the Moon, baby. Now, I've known this was coming for quite a while, but it's interesting to see the reactions from people. There's some very polarized reactions out there. I think it's fairly safe to say. I'm not sure how I feel about PMGs going anywhere near the Masterpieces brand, but I'll throw it to you guys to discuss while I have a drink of water.
I like it. I like it. I loved this is where we all got started, was 92, 94.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of folks didn't get Myth of 96. Everybody understand. A lot of folks didn't get exposed to 96 for a while after. And PMGs coming out and some of these new parallels, it's kind of like shows the process and where we've gotten to. And for them to do a re-release of some of the first sets that really started growing a huge industry with non-sports and Marvel cards. And I think they're just going to revisit it. This isn't going to be something released every year. You've got this opportunity, and some of us, depending on where you were time-wise and geographically, you didn't get a crack at this. You didn't get a chance. And so now everybody who, saw it later on, never got a chance to rip these packs. If I was sitting down next to my kid and I could open a pack of this Platinum 92, get that experience from the same ones I opened 30 years ago. I mean, that doesn't sound terrible to me.
Do you have offspring, or can you borrow someone else's?
I think I could borrow a kid. Yeah, I just borrow.
Yeah. Make sure you get permission first, otherwise this could be
Uncle Josh. No,
Uncle Josh. Interesting. Nick says the 1996 Masterpieces set, so I could actually collect it without breaking the bank. Will you say that, Nick? I don't think Masterpieces 92 Platinum is going to be cheap. And I think if you were going for a full set, you'd probably end up dropping about the same amount of dollar on a 96 set as you would a full set of this if you were going to go the box route.
That's probably very close.
Well, I think he's talking about the 96 set. The 96 set, I think, is the one that's super expensive, right?
Yeah,
it is. But what I'm saying is 92 Platinum. I think the box price is looking a bit spicy, and you know they're going to be fewer cards in a box. So when you think about the volume you'd have to open, I mean, gone are the days when you could, you know, if you opened a box of 94 or a box of 92 back in the day, you were pretty much guaranteed to get the whole set.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Those days are long gone, and it certainly won't be the case with MM92 Platinum. So,
yeah, like the XL blaster boxes with 2 packs in them that we just got.
Right.
So Nick, I think if you hang on 6 months, then people are then, you know, then prices might do what they're, because there's going to be no EPAC on it, so maybe the prices won't drop after EPAC as we're used to. Everyone's used to EPAC prices dropping, it will get dumped on ComC.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen with this one. Could get a bit spicy. So I don't know, Nick.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little different.
Yeah. What we got here? So Pete, TC Wallets, some more. I don't know if I would pick any of the 94. Since half the amazing things about them are on the background. I mean, look at that pack we just opened.
Yeah.
All that detail with it. You just, unless you just spend some time with it and, you know, let it kind of wash over your eyes, you miss a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. How much detail can you put on a PMG? I don't know, because I haven't seen.
Yeah, you're right, Wes. It's just the character. The character has the art on the character has to be that strong to really carry the card. So it does change the way it has to be approached, and a lot of really nice cards in a PMG version don't translate.
Are we 100% certain EPAC for UD Marvel ends this year? My understanding is yes, and that's verified by a number of sources. The lack of EPAC odds on a lot of the checklists from the very recent sets, the volume of stuff being put out into market, and just more knowledgeable people than me. Plus, you know, I've had a couple of conversations with Upper Deck, and I've kind of been led to believe that's the case. But you know, they might surprise us. I don't know. I think it's very unlikely. What I'm pretty certain of, they can't release anything new for sale after the 31st of December through any vertical. So be that EPAC or in stores. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still not sure how they're going to wrap up Unbound.
So
I saw a post or somebody communicate with Upper Deck, and I think they're still going to finish Unbound. Now, how they're going to go about it, I don't know.
Hi, IAM JR616. Ian, what's up, brother? I've no idea who you are, but welcome. Right, I'm just gonna. Sorry, Justin has apparently sent me some more pics, so I'm just gonna quickly scurry over to my. What? Okay. Sorry, I'm slightly amazed here.
One thing I wanted to mention is on these holofoils, these first ones here. If you take a look at the backgrounds of these Hildebrandt holofoils, it's amazing how well executed the background of the card isn't washed. Fast forward to today's, even the small dots and masterpieces and some of the stuff, you lose a ton of the background image. So when they were going right off the cuff for that first shot.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, this is sticker machines. So apparently they had sticker machines in the 90s. And these came from those. Now, this is copyright 1999 on it, so it looks like it's been reused, but I'm like, what? I guess my next question is, Justin, is there a Black Cat one? Because I've never seen it. Wow, look at these. Oh no, we're back to that one. Hang on a minute. We'll go this way. Look at that. There's Green Goblin sticker, and there's one in the middle there. What's the middle one? Gambit.
Look at that card.
They're kind of die cut as well, aren't they?
Yeah, those are cool.
Okay, I did not know this.
This is another huge advantage of doing this live.
I've learned something.
Thanks for the input. Yeah, that's awesome.
I've learned something today. Thank you, Justin. Wow. Okay. Only the 3. Oh, apparently there's only the 3. So I am RJ616. Lol. Sorry, on auto count. I still don't know who you are, but welcome nonetheless.
Identify.
Right. Let's just have a look at some of these. Sorry, Power Blast. There we go. I couldn't think of the word there. Yep. I'm just going to whip one of these out. Let's look at Cable, because everyone gives the love to the big characters. Just look at the foiling on this. This card is 30 years old.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, that will take the Pepsi challenge alongside any of these new things that are.
Oh, absolutely. When they brought these, the Power Blast and these first holofoils, it was just so well executed for not having a good frame of reference and really having to step your foot into waters you haven't messed around with. They really killed it, and it shows all these years later. With what cards do we get excited about now? The base.
Right. Okay. It's John in Indiana. And it's like, I'm sure you're not the only John in Indiana, but I have sent you cards. That's right. Thank you very much. I know who you are now. Brilliant. Welcome, sir. Welcome. But it isn't obvious from your username. I'm sorry.
Somebody in the creative process, when they made these first few cards, looked at that and said, okay, eventually everybody's going to want this. Eventually, everybody's going to want these styling, these effects, the gloss, the emboss, the metal. They were a little bit ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I really like that we get the full image on the back.
Yes, and that rogue is just amazing.
And think about
what a cool way to do that card. That's super cool. Sorry to
No, you got like the cards, the rogue cards that existed at this point when this one came out. This thing jumped off to you. Like there wasn't any. It looked like a rudimentary comic book, low tone, low detailed version of her. Nothing like that.
I mean, look at this.
That's what they did for a lot of these characters.
They're just lovely. They're
30 years old.
Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. So yeah, it's really worth picking up this full set. It really is. Super affordable. Lots of them out there. Yeah. I mean,
hooked me.
I mean, look. There she is.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
There she is. Black Cat.
That's one of my favorite Black Cat cards.
It's up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they just do a comic variant? Did you get that one yet?
They did. No, not yet. Yeah, it was Mary Jane and Jackpot miniseries. They had a run of them actually in Marvel 1 month. I think it was last year or the year before, where they had a lot of the paintings from this set used as variant covers on Marvel books.
Wow.
So that I'm not sure I'm quite as completist that I want to add those to this binder, but wouldn't look at place.
No.
They just make the binder really heavy. I don't know. I mean, there are so many cards in here. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them, but
that Cap card.
I'm sure we've all got favourites from when we've been looking through these. I mean, the Captain America card obviously is stunning. We've looked at that one.
I always love that Daredevil.
Yeah.
Card.
Let's just have a look at this one. Now, obviously, Daredevil went through after the Fall storyline. He had a new costume for a bit in the mid-90s.
Was that like the Born Again stuff?
No, it was the storyline was Fall from Grace. There we go. I think it ran issues 319 to 325, somewhere around there. And it's a stunning storyline, and the covers are beautiful. they're worth it for the covers alone.
And then he
But
got
after
that darker costume.
Yeah. And then he got this one.
Yeah.
And he became a bad motherfucker for a little while. Yeah, I mean, Daredevil's always gone through periods of being especially grumpy and emo. So
yes,
that was one of them.
Yeah.
I was reading, I think, Amazing Spider-Man 398, 399, and he had a meetup with Daredevil talking about they were both going through some shit. But
Yes, I remember reading that issue in '94. Picked it up from the grocery store. Yeah.
Now, I'm sure I've seen an artist do something very similar to this in terms of execution more recently. That Colossus is amazing. Now, since when did Colossus have a cloak?
Yeah, that
he joined for a short time Magneto's group.
Okay.
The Acolytes. It's not the Brotherhood of Mutants,
a good guy and a bad guy.
Yeah, here we go. We're trying to capture the Colossus in a state of transition between being a good guy and a bad guy. Well, yeah.
It was after the Asteroid M stuff when Magneto ripped out
Wolverine's adamantium.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, because he looks a lot like Mr. Sinister there, doesn't he?
Oh, big time. Yeah.
I just want to take a moment. I'm a massive fan of Generation X. It was one of the only X-Men books I probably got into in the 90s, and that chamber. I mean, look at the just look at the palette on that card with the flames coming out of his mouth.
Whole head is separated almost.
Pretty much, yeah. So if you imagine that Cyclops, if he didn't have those glasses, he'd just have uncontrolled kind of lasers or whatever coming out of his eyes. Chamber's the same, but it's his mouth. It's lower jaw, but it's flame. So he's always kind of got something across his mouth and stuff like that. But if he lets it go, if he lets it out, game on.
That's what you get.
Yeah. Chamber's mutant bioblasts. Here we go. The first manifestation of Chamber's mutant bioblast was so powerful that it blew away his lower jaw and chest, leaving his body scarred for life. That's right. I remember now. He hasn't got a lower jaw. Not sure how he talks, but anyway, we tried to make Chamber very intense so we combined the tension in his muscles with the violence of the explosion.
Wow.
It's great. I love it. We've got a shout out for the Cyclops in the chat, so I'm going to pull the Cyclops out.
That is a classic Cyclops.
That is a classic Cyclops. Let's have a look here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this was on one of those variant covers last year as well. It's just the background.
It looks familiar, yeah.
We wanted to show Cyclops' light as having a life and density all its own, as though it were actually leading him towards it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that sense that he's being pulled towards the light. Look into the light, Cameron. Sorry.
Poltergeist?
Yeah. Sorry. Stay away from the light, Cameron. This house is clean. I'm going to show this one simply because Nathan Braben was showing this on his Instagram feed when Greg passed. And
I was going to say,
Domino.
But when I saw it through the other sleeve, I was like, "Is that Domino?" That's
Yep, that Hobgoblin too. Buy it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, let's face it, we are going to look at all of these, aren't we? We had to paint Domino 5 times before we were satisfied with her. I mean,
wow.
Wouldn't you love to see the other 4?
Right.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Okay, let's have a look here. We've got. I mean, there's so many I could pull out. Yeah, the Demo Goblin is wonderful.
Yeah, the Deadpool is fantastic.
Deadpool we looked at on the thing. Doom 2099. Let's just take a moment. I have no idea. He had his own book, didn't he? Doom 2099 as well.
He did.
I think you should do these binder crawls more often. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I love doing retrospective stuff. I'll tell you who does do them quite well. Last Pack Magic, he does binder nights. And he just literally just takes you for a set.
Rocks through the binders.
I think his are probably slightly less.
That Ghost Rider is pretty cool because you got the cemetery in the background.
Yeah. No, I'm my eye drawn towards Galactus, so Galactus is coming out to play, kids.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
I mean, look at it.
man,
Yeah, they didn't take any characters off. It was
That's
just an
classic.
intense amount of collaboration, work, effort, energy, and all
Yeah.
these things. And I mean,
Oh, it's
Clouds
just
and the
stunning.
lighting underneath. This.
yeah, the lighting on that one is
Yeah,
great.
the lighting on them all is amazing.
Yes.
5-star. I mean, goodness me, if I
Oh
could
yeah,
see
that
another
was
character,
that
5-star
was
would
a
be up
cool
there.
one. Yeah. I just remember, man, we were opening these, and we had already collected some other sets, but when we got a hold of these 94s, my brother and I were just like blown away with just the art, and then some characters we had never seen before. Just seeing Greg and Tim painting them, it was just like I don't know, it was very cool.
I mean, Nick's
Wow.
Yeah,
talking
that's
about his
cool, Nick.
box. I was really fortunate when I did my recent box break to get the full base set, all the silver follow-fours, and all the Power Blast cards in one box.
Oh my gosh!
Couldn't believe it.
yeah, that's a crazy box.
I mean, that is quite amazing. Yeah, wow, that is something else. Oh dear me. I mean, there's every page has got something delightful going on.
The Human Torch, that
The
Iceman.
Human Torch on there, the Iceman's particularly gnarly because
That is
occasionally you get an artist who does Iceman all spiky,
Right.
and there's Iceman all spiky.
Yeah, that's a cool Iceman. Like,
Yeah.
even if it's not your character, like
Mm.
you look at that and you really appreciate the art.
And someone's drawing my attention back to it, so I'm going to pull it out again. Generation X, Husk.
That husk.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was her?
Literally,
Yes,
skin comes off. Literally,
Like a
I
corn
think
husk?
that's kind of it. Yeah. A perpetual metamorph, Husk can potentially assume any shape she chooses if she ever learns to control her mutant power. That is. To paint Husk's transition to rock, we first literally splattered paint, then we tightened it up. Wow. Okay. And the thing is, you notice it's we.
Mm-hmm.
We first literally splattered paint, then we tightened it up. So, there's no kind of attribution there. I did this one, Tim did that. It's just
Yeah.
looking
at these cards, especially some of the lesser known characters, you can see where their fantasy, experience and influence really kind of came through on a lot of these cards.
Very occasionally you get one that's landscape. Justice.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea who Justice is. Let's find out who it is on the back.
He was a new warrior.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't actually say, but
Okay.
we always like it when we can paint hands or fingers coming out to you. We love trying to give the sense of the viewer being grabbed by the character.
Yep. No, they do with the Carnage card and a few others that they do that pose and they nail it.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen the M earlier on. I think it's worth talking about this Magneto.
Yeah.
That's a very different Magneto than we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
Iconic uniform, iconic helmet.
Yeah. We use cross blue lighting to make Magneto so intense.
Yep.
Goodness.
Yeah, it definitely kind of gives him more of a villainous.
Yeah. But they are. I mean, that's the thing. They are masters of light.
Yes.
In the way that they've created these cards. Goodness, there's the Medusa we looked
the
at earlier.
Mr. Fantastic one was always kind of cool.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic. Well, look at this. Come on, Stretchy.
Just seeing
It'd be great if the card had stretched.
Yeah.
you don't always see him in action shots like that.
No, you don't. He's usually doing something kind of sciencey.
Yeah.
Yeah, this very much feels like it's from their fantasy art Lord of the Rings kind of
Yeah.
vibe.
Yes.
Mondo, but that is very evocative of the fantasy Lord of the Rings art that they did. It really is worth tracking down that stuff. You can buy a lot of the 90s. The Hildebrandts had their own sets out in the 90s that weren't Marvel.
Did they have anything to do with
cheap.
the animated Hobbit movie that came out all those years ago, the 88?
I honestly don't know is the answer. It will be documented if they did. So get thee to Google. I'm gonna take a moment to have a look at two characters on this page. We're going to look at Nightcrawler simply because of that background, that moonlit lake.
Yep.
Wow.
And the water on that looks unreal. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know if it's coming across on the video, but this is the first card we painted of the Marvel Universe. So this
Okay.
is
Wow.
card number
Wow.
84. Was their first painting of the set. Wow. Okay. Start as you mean to go on, lads. And I want to look at the Phoenix.
That's
Flame on just a bit. Wow. Okay. It's vibrant.
That's great.
Now, Professor X looks like a private detective in this one. I think it needs to be said.
Or a
Just look at
stalker.
that. It looks like,
Yeah.
yeah, but it looks like
This is
very
when
noir kind of
He was
lighting.
still raising funds for the Academy at this point. He was trying to,
Yeah.
he was,
Yeah.
you know, working overtime.
Yeah, Charles Xavier, Private Eye, and then there's a few more side landscape ones in here.
Yeah.
2099 actually. Punisher, Ravage. But I'm going to pull out from this 9 page. I'm going to pull out Red Skull.
Yeah.
I think we need to look at this Red Skull because I'm sorry, but that
Ooh.
terrifies me.
I love that card. That was one I was going to talk about. Yeah, I love that one.
Oh.
I get a James Bond feel from that, you know, an
Mm.
espionage type,
Yeah.
you know, kind of the final confrontation type.
Jason,
feel.
do you know what that building is in the background? Is that like the Hydra headquarters, or?
I don't know. It looks like just like a you know, a fortress or whatever.
This
You know, he
painting
made-
is one of. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say this painting is one of Tim's favourites of the set. The sky is an homage to N.C. Wyeth, one of our biggest influences.
Okay.
So there's clouds. There's cloud stuff going on there.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
it definitely has kind of a European, you know, architecture feel to it.
Yeah, because a couple of these like Doom cards, some of them have Castle Doom in the background, stuff like that. So,
I mean, look at that. Well, I mean, this set's got 2 rogues in, of course. She had the Power Blast,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's got this one. They've had fun with painting her on this one. Is that a space shuttle behind? It might be. I don't know. That's pretty
looks
cool.
like it.
It is. We wanted to create a sense of Rogue's freedom, so we painted her flying with the space shuttle above the clouds. Well,
yeah, you gotta remember with her cards, the sky's the limits because she can grab anybody's power. So
well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. How long does she get? I've never been entirely sure how long she gets to keep them for.
it varies on how long she connects with them.
Right. Okay. Well, okay. There's a lot going on this page. I'm going to the Spider-Man because we've looked at the Spidey 2099 quite a lot. Again, that's just stunning.
Perspective.
And look at the perspective. Yeah.
Yep. I think they kind of set the stage for all those cards that you see with the skyscrapers, the characters falling, Ghost Spider, all the ones that have been done like this. It's
here we go. Yeah, this is a
laid
vivid
it.
example of using 1-point perspective. Literally everything in the painting vanishes to the same place. Whoa. Excuse me. Goodness. Yeah. I mean, we're This card always makes me chuckle for very childish reasons, but it's such a crotch shot. Thanos.
Yeah,
Thanos taint.
he is.
But I mean, look at that. I mean, that's bonkers perspective.
He is inevitable.
I mean, look at the size of his head compared to his fist.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. We used an extremely low angle to connect Thanos with the Milky Way. Yeah, you did. Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I mean, he's
And you've got Thing with the same kind of vibe going on.
Yep.
You can kind of almost see Mini Thing.
things like you guys have no idea what kind of damage they can do.
Can you imagine the reference poses for these?
Yeah.
We used an extremely low angle to give a dramatic sense of the Thing's bulk.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm leaving that one.
Like, seriously.
Special mention to Typhoid Mary. Typhoid Mary is going to get a spell. It's going off the rails now. Sorry, Tim and Greg. That's quite a card. You wouldn't get away with that these days at all. But this really, really speaks to Tim, especially. Greg, especially his pin-up style work.
Yes,
He does.
yes.
It really is worth. In fact, I was going to hold this, but I'm going to quickly pull it out, as it were. I ordered a piece from Gene and Greg last year, and one of the things that came through with it was this.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
So, one of the things that Greg has been doing a lot of are these pin-up style things. Very beautiful, very obviously a very, not to everyone's taste, but you can't deny his skill at them. And tin signs and things. You can buy all this stuff on Spiderweb Art, by the way.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me put the link up there. I was having problems putting the link up there. I may have made it too long or something, but I tried.
Including some Hello Sailor, a little bit of risque stuff.
Wife approved t-shirts.
But look at these.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you can get all this stuff from them. Blackboard art. We'll come on to the blackboard art in a minute.
Yeah, they were a perfect selection at the time to grow masterpieces. They were a perfect choice.
So you can get prints of the work. Spiderweb Art Gallery. There we go. But there are other artists in the stable as well. Keith Garlitz, Danny Serra.
I've
just spotted that black cat for the first time. Oh my goodness! Hello.
Look at that thing.
That's super cool. I don't think I've ever seen her with a painting before.
Yeah. Quite a famous painting as well.
Yeah.
But he did a Star Trek cover a few years ago. That's on there. That was only about 3 years ago.
Yeah, and I think I saw too. He did a Black Sabbath album cover.
Look at that Captain America punching Hitler out.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, and here we go. Look, you got the Tolkien calendars that you can get from them. Greg and Tim Hildebrandt's The Tolkien Years. And of course, the Marvel art of the Brothers Hildebrandt, which I've yet to get a copy of. But that is worth picking up. So, yeah, I'm going to show you what I picked up from them in a minute. Let's put Typhoid Mary back in her box.
On that card, there is, you see how like on the, well, I hate to say it now, but the top right corner, it's got the painting of.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And we're almost at the end. War Machine, there's your favourite.
Sir.
Vision, that's the card that you had, Wesley. And then, now here's a little thing for you. The checklist card. I'm always going to spend time on the checklist card because I believe we should have more of them. This card isn't available as the Gold Sig. So the Gold Sig set is 139 cards because there isn't a Gold Sig checklist. Right. I believe that's correct. From memory.
When did the internet? Was it the internet come out in like the 90s?
I'm going to guess.
Started in the late 90s. That's when I started futzing around with it.
94, 95.
I was just thinking that was the reason that they had checklists. There was no internet to look up everything you needed to.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Right.
I guess
do-
so. I mean, Rittenhouse still did them. So, what can you do? I'm just going to go and touch on a couple more of the posts on group, if I may. If you'll forgive me, So, yeah, Ryan Davidson posted the Silver Surfer piece. One of my favourite art pieces by the legends. Rest in peace, Greg Hildebrandt. You will be missed but remembered forever. And then Alan Michael. The Jean Grey card was in the first pack I ever opened of Fleer Ultra X-Men back in '94. I don't remember any other cards in the pack, but I was mesmerised by the realism, but also the bright vibrance of colour and lighting. In addition to being an iconic, I'm going to start that sentence again. In addition to being a comic and card collector, that day I became a Hildebrandt fan. R.I.P. And I'm going to show you that card if I can figure out how to share my screen again. One of these days, it asks you so many extra things when you click the share screen button. It's just
all these questions, all these personal questions. But what an iconic thing for their family to see all this work that's made people so happy and drawn so many people to a hobby.
Yeah,
continue to live on. Like all of us are just trying to leave some small legacy on what we care about. And these guys have clearly, really done something special, and all these others have been brought together subsequently and are enjoying it. So what a special thing to see their efforts, what it's materialized to, and a great way for the family to have a nice this constant reminding of what they did.
That's a very good point, Josh. Not just in our hobby, but like in so many other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what else have we got? I think we'll do one more, and then I've got a piece that I wanted to just show you. Isidore Chavez, Izzy. It's a sad day as we honor a fallen hero of art. A legend has gifted us so much love for his art. It will live on forever for us, all of us collectors. In memory of this brilliant mind, Greg Hildebrandt, we celebrate your life the best we can through the love of art. We wish your family the best in these tough times and bring your strength with sharing stories, card, and art. You can't really say more than that, really, can you? So, yeah. I'm going to show you one more piece, if I may, and it's behind me here. And it is actually too big for me to bring in front of the camera, so I'm going to have to move the camera to it. So I don't know if you remember last year for 2023, Greg and Jean through the Spiderweb Art Gallery site did this thing called 365 Days of Gratitude. Every day they'd send an email out with a new release of some pieces. It would be either some Lord of the Rings prelims or some Marvel prelims or original pieces or whatever. And so, you could actually buy prelims from Masterpieces 94, for example. Wow. You could buy prelims from the Fleer Ultra X-Men 2018 litho that they did. You could buy all that sort of stuff. You could buy Tomb Raider pieces. You could buy original blackboard pieces that they did. You could buy the sketches for some of the pieces that they then sold. So it was wonderful, and they called it 365 Days of Gratitude, and they were making them available at very reasonable prices. And quite a few people in the group have managed to pick up Spidey prelims of a lot of the cards we've looked at here: Gambit, Psylocke, Thing, Thanos. Some of them tighter than others. Not fully fleshed out pieces, but very affordable and great to own. And it's very much in the ethos of them being like, look, it's just we want to give everyone the opportunity to own a piece of art at the end of the day.
Which is great.
So I did.
Nice.
When this came up, I went for it. That is one of their. That is one of their blackboard pieces. Sorry, let me just bear with. Hang on.
I love
these. Let me
just
make that big screen. Hang on. Sorry. for those on audio,
Oh wow.
this is a Black Cat piece. It's an original by Greg. It's a thick piece actually that it's on. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it's done with graphite chalk, something like that. It's obviously fixed and finished. It's big as well. It's probably maybe 17 by 12 inches.
So
It's in the portfolio, but the top of it is kind of there. You can just see
that's-
the edge going down.
I think I remember when that showed up. You sent me, or maybe sent to the group a picture of it. But that I forgot how
Wonderful.
great that is.
It's just a wonderful piece.
That is.
That's got to go on the wall, man. You got to frame that.
Yeah, well, for the moment, it's in my
Yeah.
portfolio with all my kind of
Okay.
Bianchi and Upper Deck prints. So it's
Yeah.
in good company in here. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to, show that and just say, thank you, Gene. Thank you, Greg,
Beautiful.
for, giving me the opportunity to open that, for giving all of us the opportunity to open, pieces from Greg's career. Throughout that promotion last year, and I don't know, really. It feels weird. I mean, obviously, I didn't know the man. I managed to spend some time with him for the podcast a few years ago, but he feels like he's of us. He's part of the community
Absolutely.
because of the work that we've just spent the last hour and a half looking through. So
That's
yeah.
And where we're at now is their efforts were a big step in getting us to where we are now.
Huge.
Masterpieces followed, I think, a big blueprint of what they put into the work and how much explanation they gave to us as the fans to kind of see how these things are created, inspired.
Yeah.
You can kind of see that now that you bring that up. Like,
yeah. I mean, you can see every Masterpieces set that came out has put a brick down that becomes part of the foundation of what Masterpieces sets are now. So the Gold Foil Signature came from 94 Masterpieces. The Battle Spectrum came from 92. The Gold Gallery came from Masterpieces 96. It's just, it's all there.
Right.
So Ben, Ben said eBay flat images certainly don't do any justice. This is a most excellent episode. Oh, thank you. And will now happily cost me some more very reasonable amounts of money. Great art indeed. But that's the thing. It's not an expensive set to pick up, and you can instantly own some stuff that will give you a lot of joy and a lot of pleasure. And just dip in, just pick a card, have a look at it for a bit, read the stuff on the back, get a new insight, turn it back over. Appreciate it with new eyes, which is what we've just been doing. And I mean, you can't ask for more than that. So I just wanted to say I don't know if she'll ever listen or watch this, but to Jean and to Greg's family, thank you.
Cheers.
absolutely.
Cheers.
Thank you.
That's it, really. Who wants to sign us off this week? Who wants to sign us off? Does anyone want to sign us off? No one rushing to it. Shall I do it for once? Oh no, Jason wants to do it.
If you want to do it,
You want me to do it?
Do it.
All right then.
Yeah.
Ladies and
there we go.
gentlemen, thank you for listening to the Marvel Card Collectors podcast. I will say actually, oh no, Justin's in with the last thing before we sign off. Hang on a minute. Justin,
Hold on.
Justin,
Hit the brakes.
one more gem. Okay, let me quickly go to the thing. What's he sent me?
One more gem. One more gem.
one more gem.
Oh, of course, I'd forgotten about this. Right.
What?
Okay. This is cool. So, no, I didn't mean to push that button. Oops. Hang on a minute. Oh, Michael's on the chat. Michael's on the chat. I haven't shared it yet. I just pushed the wrong button. I keep pressing the wrong button.
Anything could happen at this point. We could all turn
Anything could
cartoon
happen.
versions.
I've got no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
Right, hang on a minute. Let me select this. This is the thing. Justin, you send me this stuff. I really can't drive. Here we go. Right. Captain Universe.
Oh.
Okay.
There was a male and female version. That's the male version.
I remember this.
Okay. And this was I believe, yeah, Sleeping Giants book promo, and this.
Look at that Captain Universe card down there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't think he sent me a picture of the female version. What's this? Yeah,
that's one of my favorite Captain Universe.
But this book, you can get a female version of that character on that. I remember that now. There's all sorts of crazy stuff out there that's really good. I mean, look at this. This is like, is that Dr. Octopus's arms? Someone's arms. Looks very similar.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that or Omega.
Could be Omega Red. Not sure.
Yeah.
Not sure who'd merit the appearance of Captain Universe to help them out. What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm very aware. Someone asked me this question the other day. Is the audio version of this no longer being put out? It is. I'm just ridiculously behind with it. And so this episode will make 5 episodes that the audio hasn't dropped for. So I'm going to make a real effort this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The audio from episodes 216, 217, 218, 219, 220 will all be dropped. 1 each day. Also this week, in fact, no, I'm going to drop it next weekend because I don't think we're going to be doing this next weekend, possibly, because my wife is running a half marathon. So I need to be somewhere else. It's either next weekend or the following weekend. Anyway, but I'm going to put out, as promised, the video from episode 75, the interview with Greg Hildebrandt. So you can go and watch it.
Excellent.
And just relive that and re-experience it with the physicality and him showing stuff and talking about stuff. So until then, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thank you guys for being here. I literally couldn't do this without you. And everyone, enjoy collecting.
Very well done.
It is.
I've now got to find the button for the end credits. This could take a moment. This could take a moment because I'm not. That's the thing. I usually get a chance to find these buttons whilst someone else says they enjoy collecting these things.
Nice.
Yes, sir.